What's going on? I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the difference between the Milwaukee and the dewalt batteries as a whole in general. So this is a dewalt battery. This is a Milwaukee battery. So you pull the tops off. You're gonna need a security bit star tip to take them apart. And the dewalt ones, every time I take them apart, they come into all kind of pieces, which is aggravating because then you got to try to piece it back together, and sometimes it won't fit right. Whereas when you pull the Milwaukee one off, the retention parts of it are behind these screws, so you can change that out if you need to, but it keeps it in and stops it from falling apart. So once you got the top off, you can look inside, and I just pulled this one apart for another video just talking about dewalt batteries, and whenever I tried to pull it apart, I couldn't get the damn thing out. So I figured I'd shove it back in just to show in this video the difference between the Milwaukee and dewalt. I don't know if you would prefer it not to move at all or what, but I cannot get this thing to come out whatsoever. And this is on the smaller or medium batteries regardless. So like I said in the other video, you have to find something to pry it out with, which then either damages the side of the battery where you're prying or damages what you're prying on, like the plastic on this battery. But inside of the dewalt batteries, they have a bunch of 18650 battery cells, a control board or a circuit board, and your pins that are going to line up with your tool to connect and run it. So in the larger dewalt batteries, it'll be 2 rows or 3 rows of these same batteries, pretty much the same thing. The Milwaukee, if you need to work on them, you unscrew everything, open it, and then you can just go ahead and pull it out, and there's no issues. On the larger dewalt ones, they have like these plastic guards too, some of them, and they have like a split in the middle where you can pull them apart, but these don't look like they just pop apart. Maybe it's because you shouldn't have to work on them because they're made better. I don't know. But I have probably 30 or 40 batteries between the Milwaukee and dewalt. Got a plane passing over now. And in the past 5 or 6 years, I've probably had to fix like 7 or 8 of my dewalt batteries. Like this one right here, there's a contact on it that connects the battery that is off, and I need to resolder it back. And I have another one that did the same exact thing right now that's taken apart that I didn't fool with. Whereas of all the Milwaukee batteries I've never had any issues with them at all. So I don't know if they're just made better or the parts are better. It's interesting how there's a bigger board in there. But dewalt batteries suck ass. So I'm not even gonna fix these. I'm not gonna fix that one. Those are gonna go in the trash. I've already thrown away 3 or 4. I've had people ask me to fix theirs, where sometimes they won't come on. You can take a wire from the positive to a positive of a good one, and the negative to the negative of a good one, and it'll kind of jump start it kind of like a car, and then it'll start working. But in this case, something's disconnected in here, so that won't work. But I've fixed people's at work a few times where shit just was not holding the charge anymore. And then here is the 60 volt flex volt 20 to 60, and they're built like a freaking tank. So if you're gonna get dewalt batteries, I would just buy a set of 2 of these, and it'll outlast and outperform. You know, if you have 4 of these and 4 of those, 2 of these batteries will last longer. They're built better, not gonna fall apart. I don't know why they made this one with all those ports to get all that crap up in there, but I've had this one 3 years and it's working fine. So the main difference between Milwaukee and dewalt batteries suck. They're garbage. I can't stand them. The only batteries I keep in my work truck now are the 60 volts. I have 4 of these, and I might could drain 2 of them if I'm doing something with the grinder. But for the most part, I never have an issue with one of them not having a charge. I always have something charging, or I'll charge one while I'm using the other two. So don't waste your money on the smaller or medium 20-volt battery. Just get you a flex volt battery if you're gonna go DeWalt. Milwaukee, like I said, I've had no issues with any of their batteries. I have a shitload of them because every time I buy tools, I get another battery. But I have some that, you know, don't get used for months at a time and they still work fine, as opposed to if you let this DeWalt battery sit for 2 months without using it, it'll never work again. But buy whatever you want. Appreciate y'all checking it out, and y'all take it easy.